Good evening, everybody. I've got a Group D matchup here for you. Group D's gotten real interesting lately. A lot of players picking up wins and losses against each other. It's kind of turning into a real mire here down below Esper. So we've got Filthy versus Kanye West tonight. All of these players jockeying for position, looking to make it out of this group. Should be a fun one. We also have a Palace band, so we'll be beginning on Highway. Looks like they got the spawns across from each other. One below, one up high. It's honestly kind of preferable, I think, for if I have to play here. Both spawns fairly defensible. And, starting on top of each other, one's not necessarily abused by the other. Most even spawns you can get here, I'd say. See 2 heats on the Filthy already, powering up real fast. Kanye using some Blazing Bullet. That blaster ended just in front of his face, too. That was so close. Would have knocked him right off of Blazing. Not a fun place to be. And Filthy's off to a lightning fast start. He's got vibration levels with optic, 2 heats on. He's got at least the blaster in hand, multiple other attacks probably spawning for him soon. No more aura there, so there's likely an attack or two. Filthy manually aiming his way through some of these corners here, trying to catch Kanye. Now, it looks like that little bridge thing there is not breaking. Kanye decides to move in, go on the offensive. Filthy all powered up. Looks like trash isn't breaking. Which, at the very least, I think we're going to want to restart the room after this. I don't know if it's necessary for a remake, if one of them asks for it based on having an issue with it. That could be a thing. But for now, Filthy trying to dodge and block. That Blazing Bullet starting to whittle him down a little bit, having trouble keeping up with it. He's got 2 shields now. Maybe the other one will be a little bit more suited to blocking it. Vacuum Wall does catch it. Kanye now with nothing in his hand. At the mercy of Filthy. Kanye's going to take a longer route home. Filthy's not going to let him go just on his own, though. Now, it looks like Kanye decides to just roll off instead. Filthy's going to fall there. Questionable decision. I think that was more a mistake than anything. Return to Nature now going to take away those heats. Kanye looking like he's about to use one of his own. Possibly a Stimulate. Maybe some other goofy green in that arsenal. Ray Shell takes the Ice Sword of Kanye. He's going to retreat. Decoy, not super effective in the 1v1, but Kanye's going to use it, I guess. Both players playing it kind of slow. Vacuum Wall is going to take the slide laser. That might have. It's hard to see the arc. Camera is not really working with me in this matchup. Could have been a twist laser. Either way, it is gone to the vacuum wall. Both these players seeming to struggle to get through some of those shields. Kanye's auto shell is at least going to be popped by the charged particle. Charged particle now erased. Heat goes on. Moments late. Still going to have to use an attack to break that vacuum wall. 2 attacks left in hand. Hopefully one of them can, and then the other one to continue attacking Kanye. Kanye with 2 attacks of his own. Going to catch a nice manual aim sword onto Filthy. Erase shell going to take that one. Oh, Filthy loses both shields. Doesn't quite fall off. But that lightning sword now has Filthy's number. But Kanye decides not to keep the pressure on and leaves. Filthy's got another shield now. It could be another fortress. Interesting decision by Kanye not to keep the pressure on there. Got a blaster out of Filthy. I'm not sure we've seen the other attack yet. As he picks up one more. He's got 3 attacks now to get himself through that vacuum wall. I think blaster would be my choice to break it. Uses the aura cannon. It's actually a good call as well. Filthy very wary of that flame sword now. Or rather the lightning blade. Lightning sword, but blazing sword will finish the match after Kanye makes a nice shield fake. Going to talk to the players for just a moment.
Yeah, Bregan.
Yeah, do you? I'm going to say, do you want me to remake
that
the
shit?
room? Yeah,
I do.
Let's remake it.
Regan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Dude, that room was so fucked up. So I decoyed him, and he couldn't lock onto me.
The whole rest of the match?
No. Not the whole rest of the match, but only for that short time. Yeah, I got rid of it.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. If you guys feel like you need a remake on that one, we could do a remake on...
Nah, he won that. He won that.
Yeah, that was weird. But
it was weird, but it was a fair fight, I think.
Phantom Dust is what Phantom Dust is some days.
Yeah, it happens. So where are we now? Panorama?
Panorama. Alright, I'm going to go back on mute.
Alright.
Interesting set of events here in the middle of the match. But that will be a 1-0 lead for Kanye as we move into Panorama. Looks like Filthy out in the outer room. Kanye in the opposite stairwell from mine. Fairly good aura spawns for both players. Filthy already up to 8 aura. Has a purple in hand. Kanye's got a pretty good start too. Kanye's playing a jumper. I'm hoping that's intentional. Filthy using some Twister indoors. Not a real fan of that move here on this map myself. It's very possible Kanye is playing this jumper on purpose and wants to hang something. I'm also worried, though, because it's the alpha #1 skin, that maybe he just selected that when he came in. I don't know. He doesn't make sense why he would have, though. Just trying to join the room quickly. He's moving down 2 attacks and 2 defenses. Filthy is playing the slower game here. He's got at least 2 purples in hand and that blue aura. I'm guessing he's got Dragon Slayers or Lax. Could be one of each. Kanye trying to play it safe. See that Kai aura out of him. We see the nature aura out of Kanye. Backdraft bullet. Trying to see if you can't bait out a shield or get Kanye on the back foot. Lightning sword not going to connect. Can we get a camera that shows me more than 2 inches from their characters, please? What I wouldn't give to be able to run around as a spectator and just be untargetable. Code Mystics, please. Give me untargetable spectator person that I can run around, and give me dash and lift up. What in the world? I think that was not as intended. That, or I guess he was hoping that he would jump the Dragon Slayer, but Kanye, not used to playing a jumper, probably doesn't have the instinct to jump moves like Dragon Slayer, so guess that would have worked against your average everyday player on a jumper, not against one so unfamiliar with playing one. I'm still really curious to see if there's an end game to this. We've seen the lightning sword out of him. Turbulence is going to take away whatever Kanye's purple was, and Filthy loses 2 skills for that too. He had another purple in his hand that he lost to that, and another purple in hand. Filthy dipping deep into the erase school today. Vacuum Slash also going to miss, along with the Lightning Sword. Filthy, having taken a little bit of damage earlier, still pretty healthy. Disremember connects. Start whittling down the things that Kanye has. Could be looking at a single school Kai out of Filthy here. Filthy now playing in the stairwell as the camera decides to shift just at the last moment there. Couldn't really see exactly what happened, but Filthy didn't get hit. He's actually 3 health higher. Was that Rafflesia Fang? Maybe there's nature in there? Both players with Hyper Kick. 1 player with Iron Skin, 1 player with Fortress. Filthy gets a slight bit of damage, and then both Hyper Kicks now gone. That little trade is now over. Kanye still playing the jumper here. Still haven't seen an environmental or an overwhelming reason to be playing a jumper instead of a cartwheeler. Blazing Bullet. It's gonna tag Filthy now. Ooh, that last one was dirty. Where in the heck did he hit him from? Angles on panorama camera just killing me tonight. Filthy continues to try and keep himself away from that Blazing Bullet now. It's a known factor, so he can kind of position himself a little bit more intelligently to keep himself away from it. That initial blast from it kind of caught him out. That lack was nowhere near hitting, unfortunately. Would have been devastating here in this matchup, considering Kanye's only got 8 capsules left. Vacuum Wall going to take the Blazing Bullet now. So it is Key Nature. And Vacuum Wall going to take the heat from the Void. There's an Iron Skin for the Flame Sword as well. Filthy running out of offensive options here this game. Looks like he dropped the Disremember at some point too. He might just be down to Flame Sword. And the Iron Skin has that covered. Surprised to have not seen a Tiger Strength out of Filthy all game. Picks up another attack. Is it enough to break through both Vacuum Wall and Iron Skin? Is the question. He does manage to get through Iron Skin once, but that is a very fast shelter. He's lucky he beat the timing that time. The fact that he's willing to use that Flame Sword knowing that he has the Iron Skin is distressing. That would be another heat from the Void, erased by Vacuum Wall, so his final attack is this Flame Sword. He's getting some of the damage down, though. Kanye getting a little over-eager, jumping down. I know it gets to be real addictive being able to jump off those platforms when you normally can't as a cartwheeler. Kanye getting a little eager, gets caught by a sword. There's only 2 minutes remaining. Filthy could try to walk this out into a draw. And once again, Kanye's timing is not good while jumping down from a small platform. Gets smacked by the Flame Sword. I can't believe how many times he's been caught by this already. That'll do it. Filthy's going to get tagged now. Pretty good. Still got the Vacuum Wall. I believe he's still got Fortress too. One more Hyper Kick will do it. Filthy's got to get this next one. And he is faked out. Kanye, playing a jumper, manages to pull it off.
The first one, maybe. That was sketchy, but I should have blocked it. But the second one, come on, dude.
Are you intending to play a jumper, Kanye? Just checking.
No, I fucked up.
Okay. Good to know. Make sure you switch it. Alright. This series has had it all. Trash not breaking, wrong character picks, decoys that make you untargetable. It's definitely been an interesting one with issues for both players. But that'll bring Kanye to a 2-1 lead, or excuse me, 2-0 lead off of Panorama. City was banned, so we'll be heading into Storm Refinery now. Kanye still debating on what he wants to bring. Sounds like they are having a pretty healthy banter going back and forth between them two. It's always nice sometimes in the 1v1 when you have somebody that you enjoy playing with. Get a little banter going even in the tournament match. Still waiting on Kanye to ready up. Let me check. Is everything all right, or something going on?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're done.
All right, let's get this underway. Let's see how they start here. Kanye with 5 aura, Filthy with 4. See the nature aura. We see double nature auras coming out of them both. Somewhat decent starts. Looks like Kanye is a little bit stuck right now. Unsure of what he wants to overwrite or if his hand is good enough to proceed. Filthy still having some room in hand and on bench. He's going to continue to pick up aura and find the skills he wants to get towards where he's headed. Uses a stimulate. Has either orb or amulet on, as the return to nature doesn't get rid of the stats. Filthy now with another green. That's going to be the meditation. This is starting to look like the boost up arsenal that Filthy favors, where he'll often get as high as +7 or more damage, including some meditation. So it'll be with Kai. I can't remember. He may have optic in there too, so you can get some of those low-cost optic moves going. But he's burning through it pretty quick. Only one attack in hand so far, which seems to be kind of the optimal setup for this kind of deck. Kanye's looking to put a little abuse down now with just a blaster. There we go, got a better angle for the moment. Fortress gonna block. It's actually Throttle Blaster. Another heat goes on. Filthy at +3 now. Another green in hand. Another meditation. It's an even +3 at this point. Filthy just continuing to dig for these greens. We'll use another. That's another meditation, so that's his third meditation. Looks like a lightning sword out of Kanye. Oh, he actually catches the fortress. Very good manual aim lightning sword. He's gonna flash hole now. Get rid of that blaster. Kanye gonna want to stick around and see if he can catch that lightning sword, and he does. Filthy's taking a fair bit of damage, and hasn't so much as fired a shot back. It's 2 shields, 9 health. He's got 3 attacks and 3 capsules remaining. He's up to +5 damage. It's time to see what Filthy's brought us. Looks like reincarnation is the first thing, so I guess there is faith in there. So it is 3 school. Flame sword. Kanye looking to lay down an environmental. Oh boy, that's going to be an 8 damage reincarnation and an 8 damage backdraft bullet to follow. And that is going to snap Kanye's fortress next time it connects, as well as Kanye immediately on the back foot after being unable to punish the long buildup of Filthy's arsenal. He got a little bit of damage, took a couple of shields, but Kanye, I think, is going to lose his Fortress of Iron to a backdraft bullet, which might be even more amusing than a reincarnation snapping it. Filthy takes a pass through his base. Looks like he probably dropped... No, he still got the backdraft bullet. Not sure if there was a sword still. If he dropped the Rian. Maybe he lost the Rian. Not certain. Kanye not willing to lose the fortress to a backdraft bullet. Filthy fakes a flame sword. Kanye uses the heat for what it's worth. Going to be hitting a little bit harder now. But he knows it's flame sword backdraft bullet. So Filthy, unless he's in melee range, has no teeth. And Kanye knows it. If Filthy's got more attacks in base, now would be the time to go and pick one up. I know he tended to run things like Throttle Fireball in there as well. Looks like one attack, or at least one regular capsule, non-aura particle, in base. Filthy really needs to break that fortress with the backdraft bullet. So he's somehow got to get into melee range and then fake out with the flame sword. and either wrap through the fortress or get Kanye to let him break it with the backdraft. Kanye's got vibration now too, which is dangerous. That's 2-shot. Filthy can't really afford to get hit by that. Looks like Filthy kind of wants to keep Kanye off his capsules too, but without a shield he could become very vulnerable very fast if Kanye takes the right angle. Kanye trying to get some high angles to fire down, and he managed to connect right under the noggin of Filthy, and that's going to hit the knockoff too. Not sure where the rest of the attacks in this arsenal must have gone. Really only 2. There's a flame sword and a reincarnation. And I guess he lost the reincarnation somehow. Either not careful with the aura, or Kanye may have pulled out an eraser of some sort. Filthy trying to stay alive in this series. Needs to make a gambit with that flame sword. Clock is starting to run low. Lasers thrown out by Kanye now. One hit from anything takes either of these players down. Kanye's going to drop. Filthy preferring the high ground so far. He's got himself in range, but he is kind of gun shy. Not sure he wants to pull the trigger. He surrendered the high ground now. And he does connect it, and that'll be Filthy staying alive with a gorgeous 8 damage flame sword onto Kanye. Biding his time and executes it just right. It's going to take us to lane. Still a 2-1 lead for Kanye in the series. But Filthy not done yet. And we'll get this one underway. So we got a heat on to Filthy already. 2 heats. He always seems to have 2 early on. See a nature aura as well out of Kanye. Same for Filthy. So we don't know what his other school is if he has one. Return to Nature comes out early for Kanye. And that will be Filthy losing both of those heats. Looks like the same arsenal he used on Highway perhaps. With 3 heats and some laser such. See the aura cannon coming out. Hoping to break a shield of Kanye's there. Kanye looking to move in now, put some pressure down now that he's taken away some of those stats, feeling confident in his current hand. Not confident in his jump lift skills though. Filthy kind of playing a little squirrely. Trying to keep away. Fakes a shield just to see if Kanye will react. I think most players towards the upper echelon of this tournament not going to be really surprised by that unless it's right in front of them. Kanye's got the lightning sword, which will connect and land the fall damage too. Filthy now in a bad spot against the melee, having lost the fortress with a missed time. Kanye looking to punish now. Is not going to allow Filthy back into that base easily. Bullet of Fire trying to create a little room to get himself up there. Filthy still trying to get out of there, and Kanye dives right into the balcony. Absolutely fearless. Takes a big hit onto Filthy. As I can't see him change camera angles. There we go. Filthy still trying to get into his base. Kanye with a very nasty camp there. I think at this point, Filthy might be better off just coming up a different route. Go up the other jump lift. Back that way. And take the long way up. Be a lot easier on you. Filthy gets a little bit of room, is able to continue digging, has that laser to at least defend himself, but Hyper Kick's going to connect. Kanye keeping this melee pressure on. Filthy still without a shield, unable to really deal with it yet. Manual aim's not successful at keeping Kanye away. See, maybe he's got his own melee now. He does connect with the rapid cannon, walks the Hyper Kick, and then is able to counter with some rapid cannons to Kanye in the face. I did like that move. Still walking the hyper kicks. Think as soon as Kanye starts hitting that key palm, be a good time to just rapid cannon him right in the face. When Kanye lands, it feel like there are windows where Filthy could punish. But he is pretty low on health, so it's risky, and he's playing kind of risk averse. Flame Sword hits. Iron Skin not coming up in time. Kanye has had difficulty dealing with Filthy's Flame Swords throughout this match. Filthy slowly bringing his way back into this. Returns to nature on himself. That had to be a mistake by Filthy. Because now he can't even break the Iron Skin. The Rapid Cannon isn't an effective punish for the Hyper Kick. And Filthy looks in a bad spot now. Has a shield. Does have a shield. Vacuum Wall. Doesn't catch the Hyper Kick. Or that one. Kanye inches away from finishing this off. Manual aim from Filthy is going to connect. Give me a better angle. Looks like a ray shell now. And that's going to be the last one, and that'll be a 3-1 victory for Kanye over Filthy.